Welcome to a Friday or a edition. Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, and Hudco Roofing, hudcoroofing.com. Let's see, y'all, heading into the weekend. Hope your Friday's off to an awesome start so far. Facebook, please like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post, like the page, share the post. YouTube, please smash that like button. We appreciate it. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe to the Matt Scone YouTube channel. We appreciate all of you very, very much. Okay. Let's see. We'll say some good mornings. It is Friday. Of note, on a Thursday, franchise tag deadline came and went in the NFL to extend. That did not happen for the Saints and Marcus Williams. So Marcus Williams will play this season under the franchise tag, and then they'll make a decision long-term after this year. Xavier Howard wants out of Miami. Some reports that the Saints could be interested there. He is a cornerback who led the NFL in interceptions last year. Actually, he's done so 2 of the last 3 seasons. Very interesting. If the Saints could, in fact, make a play there, it would be costly if they did. Jay Johnson met with the media yesterday. I continue to get so excited listening to him talk, especially talk about an offensive approach to college baseball. So whatever y'all got, fire away. Hit me up with questions. I was supposed to have the day off today. Drew's birthday party is tomorrow. Drew's birthday Sunday, birthday party is tomorrow. And every year I always take off the Friday before his birthday party because, as you know, Drew's birthday is a national holiday around here, and E-Rock throws a birthday party fit for a presidential inauguration. And so I usually spend the Friday before the party, helping her get everything ready. However, my guest host fell through, wasn't able to find a fill-in, so I'm going to go and do the show today with Terrio. But it might be a little haphazard today, but we'll see. So let's cook, man. Let's see what y'all got. Fire away with questions, comments. We'll say some good mornings here. Gerald Mathern, good morning, Gerald. Thanks for the question also about the Atlas. Gerald's considering an Atlas from Volkswagen. Great vehicle. Erica has one. I have one. Love it. Go test drive it. Mr. Bill Reinhardt is who you're looking for at South Point Volkswagen. You walk in the door, he's the first office on the left. Just ask for Mr. Bill. Jonathan Martin, good morning. Reagan Lee, who was added to the staff as the volunteer hitting coach. The guy's name is Wanaka. Mark Wanaka. He's been a Jay Johnson assistant at San Diego and at Arizona. So he'll be the volunteer assistant. Been with him. Look, the thing I'll say, I said it whenever Jay Johnson has made all of his hires to this point, he's making this staff his own. I mean, he is making this program his own, as he should. It should be every coach's right to hire who you want to get the job, to get the results that you feel best. I mean, what's old Bill Parcells' line? If you're gonna do the cooking, you should at least get the shot for the groceries, something like that. I mean, if you're gonna live and die with the results, you should be able to handle the process. The soft wash people. So we had Bayou State soft wash here yesterday, soft washing the whole house. There was a few little spots because of the rain that they needed to come back to touch up, so they just came back. Looks great, by the way. Looks awesome. Kelly Presley, good morning. Gerald Mathern, Danny, come get your bottles. Yeah, Danny, or just give them to me. Bill Schmid, good morning. 50 days to kick off. We did get it confirmed, y'all. We will be live in LA. I will fly out on the Thursday before, and we will do, depending on the time we fly and land and all stuff, potentially Thursday's AFR from LA, likely Thursday's AFR from LA, and then Friday's AFR from LA, and then also the pregame show Saturday before LSU UCLA will be also out in LA. So, and Hester and T-Bob are going also. So their show will be out there. So looking forward to it, man. We will be there. We'll give you all broadcast plans as soon as we have them. Let's see. Saints fan Tyler, what's up, man? Alex Day, good morning. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate that. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much if you're there on YouTube. 9 likes on YouTube. We can get that number up. Tim Gotro, good morning. What the heck is the new Big 12 rule that horns down is now a 15-yard personal foul? So Tim, so Big 12 Media Days is going on, and they did announce they're cracking down on taunting and mentioned specifically horns down. That wouldn't be the only thing. That's just a very prominent one. And I think what they were saying mostly is if you do the horns down at somebody, that would be the problem. So if you did like the crowd or something or away from the field, okay. But if you're on the field, you do it at someone, okay. I mean, I don't like it. I mean, I don't like the taunting rules, but whatever. Strong side. The Karens have officially entered college football. Trivia Carter, what's up, man? Bubba Tatum, good morning from Morgan City, Boudin, and Community for breakfast. There you go, bud. Let's see. Tyler, I feel like if we get the Dolphins cornerback, it'll most likely means curtains for Lattimore. You know what, Tyler? You're probably right like, after this season, because here's the deal. You don't trade what you'd have to trade to get Xavier Howard to only have him here for 1 year. And last year, he signed a $75 million contract, and he wants a bigger deal. So if you trade for him, you're obviously going to add him, right? You're going to extend him. So I don't know of any team in the NFL that has 2 cornerbacks that are paid like the highest cornerback in the NFL. Typically, if you end up with 2 elite corners, it's because you have one and then you draft another and they're on a rookie deal. So Lattimore's still on a rookie deal, but after this season, his rookie deal is up. So you got to decide what you're going to do. You're going to pay him long term, or you're going to let him walk in free agency. At one point, that seemed like a very easy discussion, very easy answer, but apparently not so much anymore. So we'll see. Spurge, what's up? Headed to Lafayette today. All right, Spurge. If you're driving, be safe on the road, man. Good to have you back in the L.A. Brody Dupree, Manning Passing Academy in Thibodeau. I live in Homo. Wonder if I'll see someone's future NFL franchise quarterback today. Probably so, man. Some of those guys go out at night, from what I understand. Connor O'Neill. Who wouldn't want to give up a bunch of first-rounders for a proven player? Bunch of nerds. I'm not saying a bunch of first-rounders, but I would give up a first-round pick for a proven starting cornerback who's led the NFL in interceptions 2 of the last 3 years and is 28 years old. Kirk Landreau, you see Heist Episode 5 on Netflix, Bourbon King Pappygate. I did not. I honestly don't have Netflix. Am I the only human that doesn't have... Am I the only human that doesn't have Netflix? I might be. But Pappygate sounds fun. Bourbon King Pappygate sounds kind of fun. Let's see, Brown Bear 765 just announced David Onyemata is suspended part of the season for testing positive for banned substance. Blah. Did that really happen? Well, that's devastating. And I just checked. It's not at ESPN.com. It's on Twitter. So he just announced it on his Instagram. That absolutely sucks. That's massive. Especially considering you've already lost Rankins in free agency and Malcolm Brown. Crap. Now you legit have to make a decision about what you do for interior defensive line play. Do you roll with Malcolm Roach? I don't think you have a choice. I think you got to go sign a free agent. a veteran free agent. That now almost becomes more important than cornerback. But actually, no, because at the start of the season, you're not going to have Lattimore either. Wow, that sucks. Ooh. Brady Smith, more Matt Rohan gave some good insight into the team yesterday. It's good to hear defensive coaches are relating to the players better than last year. I mean, Brady, I don't know I know you're here a lot, but what I hope when you hear, for those who missed Rohan on the show yesterday, was really good, talked a lot about the offseason, and what I hope is starting to make sense is the thing that I said all last year and all offseason, that a lot of people thought I was just being critical. A lot of people thought I was just crushing Ogeron or whatever. Y'all, when I told you the culture last year was as bad as it has ever been, as I've ever seen it at LSU, like I wasn't making stuff up. Like they had sincere, legitimate issues internally last year. Coaches to players, players to players, like it was toxic. And they needed to purge. It's why they did. I mean, it's a big part of why you saw unfold on the field what you saw unfold on the field. It wasn't like LSU didn't have talent. LSU should have been losing to Mississippi State and Missouri. The hell out of here. Like, it was so bad. And they're starting to fix that. Like, that's why I say they needed to get coaches that were younger and more relatable to the players. And yes, for some young black players, that means having younger black coaches that are relatable. That's Andre Carter. That's Durante Jones. That's not to say Blake Baker isn't a great hire. I mean, I think he is. So far, all the returns have been, he's great. You know, he's been great to work with. And they love Jake Peets. It doesn't even has to be a black guy. I'm just saying they needed diversity on their staff because they were losing the team because they didn't have anybody that on that side of the ball that was relatable other than Corey Raymond. And you stripped away a lot of Corey's ownership of the secondary when you brought in Bill Bush and you split the corners and the safeties. They looked like a disjointed mess last year because they were a disjointed mess last year. I mean, that's the thing that I said all last year and all offseason. People just called me a hater. What do you hate Ogeron? I don't hate Ogeron. I'm just telling you, like, that was the thing that happened. Let's see. Ooh. All right. Hey, Dad, good morning. Lowell Cormier, Samuel Merrifield. How are the signees who didn't get drafted in terms of talent, expectations, and talent? Sorry. So, yeah, man, you're going to have, as far as immediate contributors, Pearson from West Monroe is an outfielder, is a power hitting outfielder who could be he's a short, compact guy, but he's a guy that could be like a day one outfield starter in your outfield. You can move Cruz to center and he plays right. That depends what happens with Drost and Mitchell Sanford. So we'll see. Saints would have to pull off something big to get that Miami deal done. They got assets to do it because they're willing to trade. Well, we always know they're willing to trade draft picks. James Coates, mask mandate back in Los Angeles. Do you think the Rose Bowl stays 100%? I do, James. And I'm a little apprehensive about it, but remember that was an indoor mask mandate. That does not extend to outdoors. So, fingers crossed. Let's hope for the best. Jeff McKith and Deborah Coward. Good morning. Craig Duga. Plans for pregame this year? Honestly, don't know. All I've been told is that I'm going to be on the pregame show, and I don't know who's going to be on it with me. So, I believe Hannagriff and T-Bob are going to do postgame on radio. As I understand, they're planning on having me and Rohan do Whiskey and Wine, but I do not know if we're doing it on site, what we're doing, and that's the extent of what I know right now. but the scoreboard shows. So like when the LSU radio network picks up like 2 hours before kickoff and for the 90 minutes after the game, like those scoreboard shows, those go away this year. John Bro, Tim Witten, Brian Ashcraft, crossing my fingers California doesn't shut back down. Same, man. And I'm not sure yet on broadcast location. I will tell you all this, that last night, I don't know that I'll share this on air, but I'll share this here with you all. Last night, I was having a conversation with Kent Tracy, Cole Tracy's dad, and he said, look, he said he's having a big party at his home on the Friday before the game, and he said, you're welcome to come do your show here. So Kent's house is about 45 minutes from where my hotel is. So if logistically I can get there and get set up and do the show there, I would love to do AFR from Kent Tracy's bar the day before the game. So a lot of logistics that have to happen before that happens. But the offer is on the table and it's something I would love to make happen. Kelly Gross, good morning. Evans Bushnell, morning Scone. Hudco's coming out to our remodel house, put a new roof today. Excited to get this step done. Thank you, Evans. Appreciate you so much for trusting Hudco. Man, if you want to snap some photos and tweet them or post them on Facebook and tag me, I'd be really grateful, man. I mean, all that promotion and awareness helps. So thank you so much, man. Much, much appreciated. Charlie Cavell, what's up, man? Yes, you're the only person who does not have Netflix. I don't watch much TV, man. Let's see. Pappy Gates about a Buffalo Trace worker that stole a load of Pappy from Buffalo Trace and sold them. Wow. Craig Duga. Pappy Gate was decent. More about a guy trying to stay relevant, steroids, and media attention, seeking police chief. Got it. David Wallace, what's up? Got up early to watch British Open. I did not. Tim Witten, I missed the name, who got busted with Petey's. David Onyemata. Gerald Mathern, Matt, you're right. I hang out often with an ex-LSU quarterback. He said the very same thing about last season. Gerald, I mean, respect, but I really don't need validation. I mean, I'm not telling. Some of y'all think I'm guessing with stuff. I mean, when you do this job for as long as I have, people talk to you. I don't know what else to say. Like coaches, players, family members. Like it's just, you cultivate sources and you get information. So it's just up to you to decide if you believe me or not. And so many of you I believe do, and some of you don't. But that's okay. Some people say that I'm just a hater and I hate Ogeron and I'm anti-LSU, whatever. I'm just honest. And last year sucked for a lot of reasons. I told you the reasons it sucked, and now you're starting to see it materialize a year later when everybody's saying the same thing. I just told you when it was happening. Oh, still ain't coming over to dinner at the Moscones. There's no way. Brant Roban, morning Scone. You think the baseball journey could have done much better? Seems like the staff looks promising, great. Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, I think it's awesome. I don't know if y'all saw yesterday, Baseball America put out their way too early 2022 mock draft. Jacob Berry, the Arizona transfer, have him 9th overall, top 10 pick. If he goes 9th overall, the only players in the history of LSU baseball, position players that would have been drafted higher, Alex Bregman, Todd Walker. That's it. You got a dude on your hands. Brian Jones, hey Matt, excited about football season ahead. Any news? I know they're just going through summer workouts right now. Heard anything new about the team? Yeah, man. Look, we had Rohan on yesterday, and he's players get to go out and watch a lot of that stuff. And Rose pretty present around the facility. So likes Miles Brennan coming along. It was interesting to hear him say, he doesn't think either Brennan or Johnson is an a starting NFL quarterback, which I tend to agree with that. But doesn't mean they can't be great college quarterbacks that play very well and lead this offense with a lot of talent. That's the thing. The player leadership, relationship, players, coaches, it's just so important right now. I mean, they're, guys giving effort and like getting back on board, all pulling in the same direction. Like that's what you have to do. The talent's there, man. You got talent. You just got to get guys bought in and pull them in the same direction. Hey, Matthew Newman, good morning. In Covington, having our baby boy this morning. Prayers and go Tigers. That's awesome, Matthew. Congrats, man. Most definitely, we'll all say a prayer for safe delivery for mama and baby, and that you all have a joyful day, and at some point in the near future get to sleep, because that probably won't happen for a while. But cheers to y'all, man. Andrew Brister, are you keeping up with other conferences, SEC or media days next week? Probably Probably not. I mean, honestly, Andrew, unless if there's like a major national story, when you're at SEC Media Days, you are like, it's one of those things where you literally forget to eat. It's just, it is all encompassing when you're working that event. You just don't stop because you never know when you might pass someone in the hall or when you can just grab an interview with this person real quick, or if you're trying to see, it's just there's rarely a downtime to do anything other than focus on what, where you're doing. Tim Whitten, Cruz can potentially be a top 10 pick as well. Yeah, but Cruz would be 2023 draft. I'm talking about 2022. But yes, absolutely. But I'm talking about for this coming year, with Jeff coming in and Barry, because guy asked about transfers. Greg Dugas, not us. Gavin Dugas with that S. When you don't do a formal interview for a job, it's basically Russian roulette when it comes to connecting with people with the program. It's a great point. He's talking about Pelini and others, but that's what Ogeron did. I mean, and that's my criticism of him, is that how do you hire people to seven-figure jobs, high 6 and 7-figure job, or any job, something that's that important, without interviewing them, and then think it's okay to admit you didn't interview them and not have ramifications from that? That's my point. It's just not smart. Let's see. Brian Jones. When did they go away from sending 3 to media days? Just this year. And they'll probably go back to it next year. I think it's a COVID thing. Charlie, how does O overcome and get players past the culture upheaval from last year? It doesn't go away. It's mostly the same people. So what changes? The staff, man. I'm telling you. Getting Pelini and Bill Bush and Bill Johnson out of the building and bringing in Durante Jones, Andre Carter, Blake Baker. The offensive guys love Jake Peets. I mean, I don't know much about Brad Davis, new offensive line coach, but everything I've heard from every other stop is people rave about him. That's a big part of it, man. It's a big part of it. I don't know that it's all better, but I'm gonna tell y'all honestly, man. This is one thing I'll tell you honestly. Thank God they beat Florida and Ole Miss, because the amount of players, and I'm talking about dudes, that they were set on transferring after last year. It was that bad. Dudes, like not just backups that weren't playing. I mean, dudes that were out. They were transferred. That might have been the end. But they beat Florida, beat Ole Miss, got a little confidence, and I think some of those guys looked around, they were able to say, man, look, we're still LSU. Like, we just gotta get together. And then the staff changes came, and it got a lot of buy-in. I'm telling y'all straight up, man, if they had lost those games to Ole Miss and Florida at the end, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna mention names, but I'm telling you, there were dudes that were looking for the exit door. All right, let's see. Living Lambo. Matthew plans to continue whiskey and wine even without Jordy. I think it's, if we do it, provided we do, and I think we will, it'll be me and Rohan, I think, this year. Trivia, I want that taco shirt. This is Government Taco, man. Government Taco, Jay Ducote's restaurant, owned by Guarantee Media. Good food, dude. If y'all haven't been, dude, y'all gotta go check out Government Taco. It's on Government right near Jefferson. It's that old St. Vincent de Paul building. Freaking food's great, man. It's really, really good. It's like gourmet tacos. It's really good. Gulf South, who's the highest paid cornerback in the league? $15 million a year seems it would be the highest. Let me check. Jalen Ramsey at $20 million a year. Marlon Humphrey 19.5. Tre'Davious White 17.25. Darius Slay 16.6. Jalen Ramsey at $20 million a year. Whew. Malcolm wrote shy total. I mean, if that's what you've got to roll with, bro, that's a scary thought. Not that those aren't good players, but if that's going to be your starting interior players. Kenneth Martin. Good morning, Matthew. Good morning, Brock. Good morning, Cudkill. Good morning, Kenneth. Connor, I don't understand how the culture got so bad. I'm not saying I don't believe you. I just don't get how it can be great in 2019 and bad in 2020. Just a travesty. Well, you had Joe Burrow. And then what really started to unravel was what happened, which started last summer with the, I mean, just look at what happened in our country last summer after George Floyd. That permeated everything. And the coach's handling of not all of the coaches, but some of the coaches' handling of what happened after that is what started the fractures and created a major division. That player marched to the president's office without Ed Ogeron last year. Anyway, Matt, you might not hate him, but he definitely doesn't like you. That's true trivia. I mean, I made no bones about that. I know he doesn't like me. That's been made very clear to me. But, I mean, I can't tell you I know the man. I mean, I cover him. I mean, yeah, I know him, he knows me, whatever. But it's not like he and I are sitting down having meals together, and we all know that. You know, talking every day or anything. I mean, just know him professionally. So I can't tell you I know the guy one way or another. I just, you know, we don't have personal conversations about family. I'm just doing my job, giving you an opinion on the team I cover and the coach of the team I cover. Kenneth Martin, realistically in football, where do you think LSU finishes at the end of the season? Kenneth, I think they're 9-3. I'll continue to say that. I think they lose at Bama. I think they lose at Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss offensively is going to be really good this year. And that's going to be a tough spot. And then I think they can go 2-1 in those home games against Florida, Auburn, and A&M. So right there, you're 9-3. I think it's a pretty good looking 9-3, and that'll have you in contention for a New Year's Six, like it did back in 2018. If you're not in New Year's Six, you're probably in the Citrus Bowl. You know, with a chance to win a bowl game, get to 10 wins, and set you up, you know, on a launch pad for 2022, which I think really is the season that LSU could be back competing for a national championship again. Cliff Nelson, good morning. Brady Smith, glad Ott hasn't interrupted the YouTube feed yet. He was calling me yesterday to talk about the Louis Oosthuizen. Connor O'Neill said the Saints should only give up one first rounder for Xavier Howard, not multiple. Okay, let's see. Is it normal to have so much turnover in the radio host like we have seen the past year, or something else going on? Media is very volatile and transient. What is more unlikely is, honestly, someone like me staying in the same job for 11 years, 12 years almost. It's like coaching, honestly. To advance, typically, you move up, you move market size, you jump, media is just very volatile. It is very rare that a company stays with a format, a host, for that long. So this was just a really odd situation where so much of the turnover happening was unexpected. Like, we didn't expect what happened with Jordy, and then we didn't expect Hannegriff to move on from radio. And so the dominoes started to fall, right? So when Jordy was out, they were looking for a morning co-host. Well, Hester wanted it. He wanted to move from middays to mornings. So he and T-Bob agreed, and so that happened. So you filled morning, but now you left a vacancy in midday. So you're searching for a co-host with Hanny, and then Hanny gets the job with Match Point and leaves. Well, now you have nothing in the midday. And so they need to put something there. So they grabbed Mario and Musso and said, y'all guys just fill this time till we can figure out what we're going to do. And now they'll bring in a permanent show soon. Cliff Nelson, to me, the culture got bad strictly from the tone-deaf attitudes of individuals in charge who could not relate to it because of their collections of experiences. I think that's part of it. Boy, it was bad, bro. Scone, do you think Brennan and Johnson could potentially create divide in the locker room? I don't. Lots of reports that Johnson is separating himself. Honestly, look, man, we talked to Rohan yesterday, and he said the exact opposite, that Brennan's the one that's actually playing better. I think, I'll say this, and unless when they get on the field and we see something transpire differently, I think that Miles Brennan will take the first snap against UCLA. I could be wrong, and this is one where I'm being candid. I'm telling you that this hasn't been determined, and I don't know. That I'm guessing here. I think Miles Brennan will take the first snap against UCLA, and it's up to him how well he plays to see if he keeps the job or if ultimately Max comes behind him and takes it. But I think you're going to see both guys play a lot this year. Let's see, Blake Robinson, that's a stupid prediction. Ole Miss would have to score 70 points to beat LSU. Did you watch the game last year in Baton Rouge? Are you kidding? Like, did you watch the game in Baton Rouge last year? And Matt Corral is the best returning quarterback in the SEC. Okay. And Lane Kiffin is the best offensive coach in the SEC. So the best offensive coach with the best quarterback. Yeah, I think they're going to be okay this year. Let's see. Quay14 Thomas, good morning. Cliff Nelson, if Peets wants to push the ball downfield, then Brennan is the guy. If he wants to dink and dunk, run, it'll be Max. We'll see. Tim Gotro, gotta admit, gonna miss Jordy, but glad Rowe is coming aboard this year. Big fan of Rowe. Rowe's done great, man, and he and I get along awesome, and so I know we'll be able to make it work well. Let's see. Kevin makes 2.6, Leach makes 4. Who cares? Blake, you're all up in your feelings, bro. I mean, okay. You're all up in your feelings. That's a team that put up 50 points on Alabama last year. That's fine. But, dude, you're very much up in your feelings this morning. Like, you don't have to like it. I'm just telling you what I think. I think Ole Miss, with the best quarterback and the best offensive coach in the league, that game's in Oxford. I mean, in Baton Rouge last year, you needed a plum miracle in the rain to outscore them. Like, that's going to be a tough game. All right, let's see. Dylan Landry, what's up? Brian Jones, where we ranked in the preseason top 25? Not out yet. Brant, what happened last year with Pelini and Coach O at media days? Last year saying best defense he's seen. Actually, what he said is, and he didn't say it at media days, he said it, I think, to Jordy and T-Bob. He said, our defense right now is so much better than at any point a year ago. meaning in 2019. And I played the hell out of that soundbite last year. You better believe that. That's because O was itching to get rid of Dave Aranda. Their personalities were so different. And believe me, Dave Aranda was very happy to get away from Ed Ogeron. Let's see, with what you said about dudes transferring, going 3-7 instead of 5-5, was there just too much arrogance from 2019 season? It wasn't all Coach O's fault, was it? The arrogance came from the head coach. Yeah, it was Ed Ogeron's fault. You're the head coach. It all points back to you. He's the guy that hired Bo Pelini without interviewing him. Didn't interview anybody. He's the guy that hired Scott Linehan instead of promoting George Munoz, which everybody wanted. By the way, did you hear Jamie Howard on AFR a couple days ago when I asked him about Jake Peets? And he said, actually, I'm so excited that George Munoz is back. He was telling you the story. Like, anyway. Yes, what happened last year is the head coach's fault. When you make $8 million a year, you need to interview people before you hire them to be your assistants. You need to have your finger on the pulse of your players, of your roster. You need to bring people together, be a unifier instead of causing division. Like, all of that happened last year, and that's Ed Ogeron's fault. You need to manage your roster and understand that when you have a junior class like they had in 2019, you are going to lose a lot of those guys. And so manage your roster accordingly to supplement prior to that, so you don't end up with a season like last year where you were void of talent in certain spots. That's why Scott Woodward brought Austin Thomas back, to do things like that the head coach doesn't do well. Y'all, I mean, bottom line is Les Miles won a national championship at LSU. Ed Ogeron's won a national championship at LSU. Like, last three coaches here have all won championships. I mean, whoever you hire, I mean, you win here. I mean, you can be who they have right now as the head coach, and you can win here. But you can also dismantle it, like Larry Coker did in Miami. Rohan drinks wine. I don't think so. Maybe we'll have to whiskey and whatever's free. I actually like that. That's good, Richie. Eric Trosclair, what's up? 2019 was Aranda and Brady with Burrow. Yeah. Ed kept his hand out of the cookie jar. Craig Dugas, I miss Aranda. Glenn Laurie, good morning. Tim Witten, why do you see them losing to Bama? No offensive weapons across the board. Yeah, Tim, great point. Absolutely, yeah. Why would I pick LSU to lose to Bama? Great question. I don't know. Why would I? No, Bama's not winning a game this year. Come on, bro. Hey, is he up? Okay.
I'm waiting when he's gonna get up. So.
Tim, are you serious?
What?
Like, I said, Tim. This guy asking a question.
Okay, so are you serious?
What is it, Tim? Are you serious? He said, why do you see LSU losing to Alabama? No offensive weapons across the board for them.
From 3:30 to 4:30, I walked laps around our bedroom.
You got those
Yes.
Charlie horses again?
Oh my God. For an hour, I walked our bedroom like in pain. It's weird. It's so weird.
Okay, let me finish my show. We'll talk in a bit. I mean, Tim, come on, bro. Like, why do you see them? I don't know, because they lose to Bama every year. Because Bama loses guys every year to the draft, and it's rinse and repeat because all they do is recruit 5-stars. They got the next wave of great players, and they're just going to own. They don't have any weapons. They don't have John Mechie. They don't have 3 5-star running backs. Get out of here, bro. They have a 5-star quarterback waiting in the wings. Right, stop. Matt, see where David Onyemata got suspended. Did they just say one game? He said to start the season. I didn't see for how long. God, I hope it's only one game. Not saying it doesn't work, but T-Bob was better with Jordy. Hester was better midday. That format was the best. Craig, I mean, it's different tastes to each their own, you know. AJ Holland goes further than Jordy. Said when they let Clarence go, anyone's fair games. AJ, that's not exactly true, man. That's a really, really bad comparison. I mean, that's actually a terrible comparison. That actually has nothing to do with anything. that's one of those where you think you as a listener think you know what's happening and you really don't know. So I wouldn't really opine on that because that's no. Let's see. Do you think Goodell and the NFL is going to implode? No. Mark Bork, can you comment on the SC quarterback rankings from yesterday with LSU? I don't know if you're trolling me, Mark. Brian Jones, I agree with you, Matt. Ole Miss is dangerous on offense this year. Henry Gordon Bennett, Saints defensive tackle, was suspended. Talked about that earlier. Tim Witten, you got to have faith. But that's fine, Tim. I mean, I can have faith and I'll cheer like hell. But, I mean, bro. Hey, bud. Come see. Hey, Drew. Drew. Yeah. Brant Roban, so sick of Bama, Saban. Man won't go away. Enjoy retirement. I've told you before. Nick Saban made a deal with the devil. And after winning his 300th title in the year 2364, midfield of Bryant Dennehy Stadium is going to open up into a cavernous hole and the devil will just suck him down straight to hell. Blake, I got LSU winning by more than 14. Vegas will do. Actually, Blake, you're wrong. Early line on LSU Ole Miss is a pick'em. So you're wrong. Like, God bless you, dude. I mean, I get it that you're this gigantic rah-rah fan, but if you can't acknowledge the fact that you played that team last year and they put up 50 in your building in the rain, and that Lane Kiffin is a great offensive coach and they've got a great quarterback. Like, if you can't understand why that's a dangerous game, like, we're just done having the conversation. And the 14-point thing, you're just dead wrong. Like, the early line on that game is a pick'em. I'm worried LSU's going to suck again this year. I feel like blows as a head coach. I keep thinking about his Ole Miss stint. Yeah, he's not a good head coach. I mean, there's no other way to say that. I've said this so many times and people get mad at me. I just don't really care. He fell ass backwards into a title because he bungled the 2018 recruiting class, didn't get a quarterback, so he needed to go get a grad transfer, and Joe Burrow just happened to be there. And because of Bill Bush's relationship with Jimmy Burrow, they had an in to get Joe Burrow here, and he became what he became, which was incredible. So, and it was so much fun to watch, and I would gladly take all the crap with Ogeron that's happened in exchange for the 2019 season, which was amazing. But I don't ever think he'll do it again. Let's see. If Kiffin was hired as the OC, does Burrow become Burrow, and does 2019 slapping? That's an interesting what if. Probably not, but I could argue they wouldn't be in the position where they would have needed a grad transfer quarterback, right? Hugh Freeze went 12-25, but still beat LSU and Bama. Hugh Freeze was 12-25 in the SEC. Is that right? He was 12-25 in the SEC. That's stunning. What? That can't be right. Oh, because they no, because they vacated wins. That's why. Okay. This is reflecting them vacating wins. 0-6, 1-5, 1-4, and 10-3. That's why. He couldn't have been 10 and what was it, 10-20? He could have been 10-25 on the field. That has to be after they vacated wins. Chocolate Taysom Hill for Emory Jones. I like that list segment. That's fun. Josh Faust, Matt, do you think we get a solid head coach with the next hire? If Scott Woodward's making it, yeah. Pretty good track record so far, right? Kim Mulkey, Jay Johnson, Jimbo Peterson. Let me look at the list. Scott's got a pretty good track record, man. Thought I'll give an update. AJ is most likely signing with the Minnesota Twins. Oh, cool. Thank you, Joseph. There's Joseph Labus right there. I appreciate that very much, man. So Joseph told us yesterday he's AJ's brother, and kind of gave us the update on AJ signing a free agent deal. So thank you, man. Appreciate that. So looks like he'll be signing with the Twins. That's great news, man. Good luck to him for sure. Let's see. Did the catcher from Live Oak consider LSU? When is Marucci going to post the schedule for the World Series? They actually reached out to me yesterday about the World Series. I think the opening ceremony is a week from Saturday. But about Blaze, the catcher from Live Oak, no, he was pretty much set on not going to school. But what I was told is that he was visiting LSU yesterday. So, see how it went. See if Jay Johnson can convince him to spend 3 years on a college campus instead of 1 year in JUCO and then back into the draft next year. All right, y'all. Let's bounce. Y'all have an awesome day. I will get a locked on LSU, but it's going to be later. It's going to be this afternoon. And then AFR at 3 with Terrio. So y'all have an awesome day, man. Appreciate the interaction as always. Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Of course, you need an orthopedist, go to Brock. You need a roof, go to HUDCO or call HUDCO or log on to HUDCOroofing.com. It's the best way to do it. Go to the contact form at HUDCOroofing.com, and that way you're automatically in our system as soon as you hit submit. So HUDCOroofing.com. All right, y'all. Have an awesome day. See y'all. Peace.